It cannot be overstated how important this win was for not only the Pokemon community, but the art community. And I'm dead serious on that. Like, score one for the human rebellion against the artificial intelligence and generative artwork invasive movement. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, the Pokemon Company holds an annual illustration contest, and for the 2024 contest, out of the 10,000 artworks that were submitted, the top 300 were picked for round one. In that round, somebody submitted multiple artworks using AI generated images. Not only did this person use shortcuts to get into the top 300, they also submitted multiple artworks under fake names so that they could break the rules and get more submissions entered. In a competition against thousands of real artists from around the world who put their own blood, sweat, and tears into their artwork and into their submissions. The Pokemon community did what they do best, and they stood up for the artists that make this hobby what it is. And the Pokemon Company themselves heard our cries for justice and straight up locked arms with the artists and issued the following statement. Important notice about violation of the official contest rules by select entrants among the top 300 finalists. We are aware that select entrants from the top 300 finalists of the Pokemon TCG Illustration Contest 2024 have violated the official contest rules. As a result, entrants in violation of these rules have been disqualified from the contest. Furthermore, additional artists participating in the contest will soon be selected to be among the top 300, which was one of our biggest issues in the first place, was that these AI generated artworks and these sort of cheated artworks were essentially taking the place of someone who actually put the work in, essentially knocking them right off the podium. But it continues on here and says, we are committed to upholding the integrity of the Pokemon TCG Illustration Contest and appreciate fans' continued support as we celebrate the artistic abilities of the talented Pokemon community. I mean, it's everything we wanted to hear. It's everything that we had hoped for, right? So we all suspected that this person submitted AI generated artwork. The Pokemon Company looked into it. We were worried that these spots were taken away from real artists. The Pokemon Company is reselecting new artists to fill those spaces. I mean, the only thing that this statement is really missing is any sort of line about updating the terms and conditions of the contest or the official contest rules to just be more explicit about not being able to use AI generated artwork or AI assisted artwork. Maybe we'll get an update at a later time for that. And the other thing I'd like to see from a statement like this, or a follow-up statement, would essentially be some sort of implementation in terms of, we're going to be running tests on these images, at least like just to sweep the first 10,000 or how many entries come up next year, just to do a clean sweep of all of the images that come through, just to comb out any AI generated images before it even makes it to the top 300, before it even makes it to the top 1,000. Like, they need to be screening all of the images essentially to make sure that they're all passing some sort of a test. One more really important thing to point out is at the same time as they posted this right here, they also issued this important notice: apology and correction of inaccurate artist names on contest website. So initially I actually saw this first and it kind of made me concerned, because I thought that maybe the artist that we all thought was Vigo Cachadorian, this artist who's been using basically this VK alias essentially to submit multiple different AI generated images, was some sort of a computer error, and that these are actually artworks from some other artist or something like that. But then when you look at the actual announcement right here, it says a previous version of the Pokemon TCG Illustration Contest 2024 website has used incorrect artist names or inaccurately attributed select artists to a submission that was not their own. These errors have since been corrected. We sincerely apologize for any inconvenience caused to the impacted artists. We have updated the website to reflect the correct artist names and are actively working to improve our review processes to prevent similar occurrences in the future. We sincerely apologize again for any inconvenience caused and appreciate fans' continued support as we celebrate the artistic abilities of the talented Pokemon community. Same sort of send off as the other notice as well. But the important things to point out here is it says that these errors have been corrected when it comes to the incorrect artist names, and that they have updated the website to reflect the correct artist names. So we don't know from this statement right here, it doesn't say explicitly that they have removed any of the top 300 images just yet. So there's no real admission of any sort of guilt here, because we haven't seen any images getting taken down. And it doesn't say that they have taken any down, which is why we still see these artworks right here. But this statement right here does say that the errors in the naming have been taken down. So any concerns about these just being wrong names, I think we can just let that go because it says that they have fixed the names. It must have been somewhere else along here. I'm not entirely sure where. Kind of a bummer because I already downloaded all 300 of these so that we could do a ranking video. So I have to now make sure that all 300 of those file names have the correct artist name in them, which is not going to be fun. But if you're a true crime fan, then you probably understand the dynamic of what's going on here. You basically have a suspect in custody that has not yet been named. So we don't actually know if this is the person, if it's regarding something else. It would be pretty insane if it was. I feel pretty safe that this is going to be the images that we get seen taken down. It's going to be this one here, the Vigo Cachadorian 2 right here that we talked about at length in the other video where I broke down why I think that they are actually artificial intelligence. We also have these two artworks right here by the same person, this Vegan K or VGen K and VGen Cachadorian, those two artworks as well. So a grand total of, I think, 6 artworks we should be seeing get taken down, and then those would be replaced with actual artists who really put the time and effort in. And I would actually be really cool if some of the people who are on Twitter posting all of their artworks and saying like, here was my entry, I didn't make it, but I hope you guys like it. It would be great to see if some of those people actually end up getting selected to fill these 6 spaces. So literally the artwork and the nostalgia are the 2 reasons that I'm in this hobby and why I feel so connected to it. And I feel like a lot of people are the same way. So I feel like it would have been catastrophic to Pokemon collecting and playing and just the overall brand, essentially, if they did allow AI artworks and they did allow cheaters to get through, because as they said in their own statement, they are protecting the integrity of the contest. And if they had failed to do that, it would have really failed to protect the integrity of the Pokemon brand as a whole, seeing as it is centered around artists, human artists who make absolutely incredible pieces like this Eevee right here, which is my top pick out of all the Eevee artworks. This one is by Sora. I apologize for any mispronunciations of names. I just want to call out how incredible your artwork is, so I hope you forgive me. This Eevee right here is hands down possibly one of my favorite Eevee artworks of all time. This one immediately stood out to me as soon as I saw it. This really cool abstract Absol artwork, which is kind of tough to say, abstract Absol, also stood out to me. It's dark, it's mysterious, it's complex, it's abstract. Everything about it I absolutely love. This one is from Reina Nakajima, and it has to be my favorite Absol artwork out of the entire contest, but it is so hard to pick because there's so many incredible pieces. I couldn't even pick a favorite from the Feraligators. There's literally every single one of these submissions is incredible. Like there's not a single one in here I wouldn't put in a top 5, and that just doesn't math. This adorable little moment right here with Koraidon and Caterpie sort of interacting the same way that my dog would interact with like a frog or a turtle, just honestly like just feels so heartwarming for me. This one is by Yoshiyama Yuga, and it has to be probably my favorite Koraidon out of all of the submissions. Every single one of these Bidoof artworks is absolutely adorable. I'm going to have to go through and do a top 5 from each Pokemon entry because there's just way too many good artworks. Oh my God, this Charizard artwork right now from Kazuki Minami is insane. Apologies again if I butchered anybody's names. If you are an artist in the Pokemon space, leave your Instagram handle, leave your Twitter handle, feel free. You don't have to, but if you want to spread awareness for your artwork and share it with other people, get feedback, things like that, feel free to comment that down below. I'm going to be going through all of them and checking them out as well. I think as soon as they select the new winners to replace the AI artwork, we'll do some sort of a ranking video or maybe even a live stream where we could do some live voting on all of the artworks in the top 300. But that's it for today. Thanks so much for sticking around. Feel free to leave a like on the way out. I appreciate you guys so much, not just the artists, everyone here in the Fan Gang. I'll catch you in the next one, and as always, happy haunting, Fan Gang. Peace.